also have Michael. Is that Michael Brumer?
Yeah, Brummer.
Brummer? Okay. Welcome. Um, Mr. Brummer, is there anyone else you're expecting to join us here on the applicant owner side?
Nope, just me.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and get into it then. Um, I need to read through our hearing script. This is just going to cover the procedure for the hearing, then we'll get started. So this is the January 7th, 2026 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. The case before us today is case number ZH20250131. That's 205 Calhoun Street. The purpose of the hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. Mr. Bremer, that will be your opportunity to tell me about the project, the relief that you're requesting, and why you think that relief is appropriate and should be approved. If there were anyone here from the public, they'd have an opportunity to speak after your presentation. I'll hear from Wes Menzel if he would like to add any testimony in addition to the staff report that he submitted on this case. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to that testimony and then make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. All right, now I just need to swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on testifying here today, I need you to raise your right hand. I need you to answer out loud. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Mr. Bremer,
Mhm.
if you're ready, the floor is yours.
Okay. So just a little background about the project. We own and operate, I work for Gilligan Company. We own and operate the Shell gas station at 205 Calhoun Street. The building also contains, it's a C-store and a Subway with a self-serve Dunkin' Express. So our plan is to put a 1,500 square foot addition on the building. This building's in dire need of an upgraded image. And we're going to be removing the Subway, putting in a full service Dunkin' for walk-in customers, no drive-through or anything. And so since we're redeveloping the south side of the building, we are held to the standard of setback on McMillan. And since we're reconfiguring equipment inside, we're changing windows. So we're held to the transparencies at McMillan and Calhoun. And so we're also, we're moving the dumpster, putting landscaping around the dumpster, changing around parking a little bit, and adding a significant amount of landscaping compared to what was there before. That landscaping was something that was kind of not pushed, but really recommended by Clifton when I presented the project to them. They really appreciated that effort we went to adding a little bit of a color and landscaping to that site, because it's all just asphalt right now. And so I just go through the three variances in question here. Parking spaces on the McMillan side, since those were changed around, we're subject to those. They have to be in the rear yard versus the front yard. Since this is a site with 3 frontages abutting to an alley, it's really not a practical thing in this case. And then going to the setback, it's a 12-foot maximum, and I feel like it's kind of meant for those storefronts along Calhoun and McMillan. Those storefronts are right up on the sidewalk for people to walk right in. This existing building, it's not feasible to extend it an extra 35 feet where we don't need it. And we still need that parking and for people to come into the gas station and purchase what they need and walk into the Dunkin'. So we're expanding a little bit to get closer to McMillan, but it would just be an extra 35 foot of building that is unnecessary. Um, and so we're proposing we're asking for that 35-foot relief there. And then for the transparencies, um, so it's 60% required on McMillan and Calhoun. I believe it's 50% required on Ohio. We consider Ohio the front of our building, and we exceed that 50% easily. And that's kind of our storefront. If you think of all those restaurants along McMillan, they have a storefront, and then they're able to use their other three walls for equipment, restrooms, whether it's back of house, kitchen, walk-ins. And so we don't really have that ability because we have three major frontages, all with that 60% transparency requirement. But we still need space for our restrooms, our equipment for the kitchen, our walk-in coolers, our beer cave. So we wanted to compromise. We didn't want to come in here and ask for 0% transparency. We put windows on the Macmillan side. We have 32% transparency because we added windows to our office, which isn't something we normally do, but we wanted to get as close as we could to 60. The rest of that McMillan frontage is a beer cave and restrooms and delivery door. So we basically took every space we could to add windows. The Calhoun side is the Dunkin' equipment, it's the coffee equipment. We have our dishwashing area, and we have a walk-in cooler freezer in the back. And so that whole wall is basically taken up with equipment. And to kind of achieve the look, like the look that the zoning code is intending, we put opaque windows for just the look. It's still 0% transparent, but we think it's better than a blank wall of just brick. So that's what we're proposing. We went through it with the CUF Neighborhood Association, and they appreciated the compromises we were trying to make, and we accommodated some of their requests with landscaping, that kind of thing. So that's all I've got. I'm happy to answer questions if you have any. You're muted.
Thanks. Sorry about that. Just looking through the file here, you said you did present to the Clifton Community Council, is that right?
Yeah, they gave us a letter of no objection.
Okay, got it. All right, I see that now. All right. And I think I don't think I have any other questions. I do have a question for Wes. Wes, so the setback here is 12 feet.
Yeah, it's a maximum setback, so that's why it's in this zone they're hoping to have the buildings closer to the street, but so in this case they didn't meet that closeness requirement. But they did improve upon the situation. Obviously the existing building is non-conforming to them, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna say, so it's legal non-conforming and they're getting closer to the street.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay. Got it. Wes, anything else you want to add on your end?
Nope.
Okay. Mr. Brewer, could you talk a little bit more about the landscaping that you're adding, like where it's going and the type of landscaping?
Yeah, it's southwest corner, I believe. So on the McMillan side where we're redeveloping. So that dumpster's going down there, and we're doing arborvitaes around the dumpster. I believe it's 10 of them, or 9 of them, 10 of them actually, sorry. And they're the emerald green variety, so they're not the giant ones. And then that dumpster kind of, you can't park below it because there's just not room. So it's kind of just empty space. And so we filled that in with mulch. And we added some, I believe it's just, what do they call it? Like the ornamental grass
Okay.
planted along there. There's also a decorative aluminum fence, like a black aluminum fence. And then in the corners where the pylon signs are along Ohio, there's 2 of those corners with It's kind of just bare mulch right now. And so we're proposing just flowers there, and that'll be kind of a little bit of color added to the area.
Okay. And to be clear, there is existing parking in the front yard here along McMillan
Yeah,
where the expansion is going to take place. So
yeah,
you're sort of maintaining that parking and shifting it closer to McMillan, is that right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, got it. All right, yeah. Now I don't have any more questions. Is there anything else you'd like to say, either in closing or otherwise, before we adjourn here today?
I don't think so. We're excited to give this building a new look.
Okay, great. I think we'll leave it at that then. I have had a chance to review the application materials and the staff reports. Based on that, and based on the testimony that I've heard here today, I agree with the staff report and with the applicant that it would be impractical to strictly enforce the zoning code to this particular application. So I'm going to approve the request. I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. I think I mentioned at the beginning that typically takes about 2 weeks. But I'll get that out to you as soon as I can. Once I have the decision written up, I will put it into a PDF and I'll email it to you. So you'll get a copy of it really just moments after it's complete. Wes will be on that email when he sees the approval come through. He can approve the permitting on his end, and you all can take the next steps. Any questions about any of that?
No, I appreciate it.
Sure. Well, good luck with the project. Hope you have a great day.